Roeland back again for a game of Mordheim.
Yeah, perhaps even two.
Perhaps even two, let's see. What have you got planned for today?
I think my Skaven are only one game in, so I'm gonna start with my Skaven and then the unfortunate Ogres, which are just, they get beaten up every time, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, for me I'm going to start with Undead, and I don't know yet what my next warband will be. Maybe if you play Ogres, I'll play Undead again, because they haven't faced off each other.
No, they haven't, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Right, so it's going to be mostly Undead for me, and lots of human-looking beasties for you.
Yeah, yeah, 13 of them, of the little red people. 13? Yeah, 13, of course, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Well, there's one reason why not. The Skaven. So, of course you do them in numbers of 13.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right, so let's go ahead and roll for a scenario. Let's go to our map and select one of the locations that we're going to battle over. And let's have some fun.
Yeah, of course.
Right, good luck, mate.
Thank you, you do as well.
The table is set. We roll for a scenario. It was scenario 4, Breakthrough. We decided we'd have the Undead attacking the southern gate of Mordheim, with the Skaven trying to prevent the Undead from breaking through into the city. So the Undead are deployed here on this table edge, within 8 inches of the table edge, and the Skaven have to stay 14 inches away from the Undead. First turn goes to the Undead. And, well, we'll get back to you at the end of this first turn. End of turn 1, the direwolf that was in the corner here charged the Skaven that's lying down there. He stunned the Skaven, was a slave, I guess?
Yeah, a henchman, yeah.
Henchman, yeah. So, Verminkin they're called. I just learned from a very reliable source.
Thank you.
So he got then charged by the other Verminkin, and that one took the direwolf out of action. Other than that, nothing much happened. The Undead moved up the board a bit. The Skaven, some moved, some tried to shoot, but most of them missed. The only one that was hit was this lone little ghoul over there, and then his toughness deflected the sling babble. So yeah, let's go on to turn 2. End of turn 2, a lot of things have happened. In the vampire turn, the drag here moved forward. He tried to shoot at one of the Skaven, but of course he missed. The assassin adept was charged by 2 zombies. And then in the next turn, the sorcerer blasted one of the zombies that was still standing here apart, causing some hits. Warfire, that's the name of the spell. Causing some hits on everything around it, including the sorcerer himself. He survived, but the necromancer and the ghoul both got knocked down and stunned respectively. One of the zombies was taken out and the other one was later taken out in combat. The vampire charged one of the Verminkin.
Yes.
And he then beat him eventually. And over here the ghoul charged the other Verminkin. And so far nothing much has happened there. Then, let's see, did we forget anything? Yeah, you shot a lot of times, but none of them.
Yeah, stones were everywhere and nothing did anything.
Yeah. So now it's on to turn 3, starting with the Undead again. End of turn 3. The ghoul that is over here in the first round of combat in his own turn, he did not do anything, and in this... did he not? No, he killed the Verminkin.
Yeah, he killed the Verminkin.
And then he got charged by a Black Skaven, and then he killed the Black Skaven. So he took 2 out of action. The drag that is hiding down there, he got charged by the assassin adept, but somehow miraculously managed to survive. The necromancer got knocked down by a slingstone, And the zombie that's down there, he got knocked down at the end of combat when
the newly arrived zombie.
the newly arrived zombie. Yeah, that's true. I summoned him, and then he blocked the path of the Skaven sorcerer. But then he got knocked down, and now in the next turn he can stand up again. And the vampire over there fighting 2 opponents on his own. I pulled him back to see if he could maybe score some wounds there. He took 1 wound, but then he also put one of the verminkin. He stunned him. Yeah. And the black Skaven there is still alive and kicking. Right, on to turn 4. And that's the end of the game. The vampire got taken out of action by the black Skaven. He got knocked down in the previous round, and then in the Skaven turn he got taken out of action. There's a ghoul over here that got charged by a verminkin, but the ghoul defeated him. A night runner. The ghoul defeated the night runner. There is what's he called again? Sorcerer?
Yeah.
Skaven sorcerer. He attacked the necromancer, and the sorcerer then beat the necromancer. Over here the drag was defeated by the assassin adept, who then tried to charge the ghoul over here, but he failed his fear test. The ghoul, he did manage to take out the verminkin over there, but it was too little too late, because now there's only 2 ghouls left on the undead side, and well, having failed the route check means that the game is now over, and it's a victory for the Skaven. Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. Great game. The Skaven are doing so good.
Right, let's go to the post-game sequence. Alright, we rolled for the injuries and experience for the undead. All of the warriors, all of the henchmen recovered except for the direwolf. The necromancer, he also died. The vampire, he was hardened, so he's immune to fear. The drag that is over here, this one with the bow, Sneaky Sam, he is now causing fear because he's got horrible scars. And Bad Bertha has gotten multiple wounds, which led to also being hardened. She's also got a couple of full recoveries in there. She was sold to the pits and then
Nervous condition.
did not make it back. She's got a nervous condition indeed, -1 initiative. And I believe that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
So
Full
yeah,
recoveries for the rest.
full recoveries for the rest, and she didn't beat the pit fighter, unfortunately. Now for the Skaven. Oh no, wait, and the ghouls, they leveled, they got some experience points. So they now have an extra point of weapon skill. There was no exploration phase for the undead because all of the heroes were taken out of action. Alright, I just completely forgot after the game that the vampire and 2 of the drags, they did survive and thus should have gotten some extra experience. That means the vampire gets a new skill. Sneaky Sam with his bow, he gets an extra ballistic skill, and Bad Bertha also gets a new skill. Injuries.
Injuries, yeah, the injuries first. All of my henchmen from the club, they survived and rejoined the warband. And the Black Skaven, which is standing over here, that's, let's see, Itchit, which is now Twitchit. We just named him because he's got a nervous condition. So he leveled up the other game and he got +1 initiative. And now he got -1 initiative, so that's netto nothing. And the little night runner over there, he died.
Horribly.
Horribly. And then for experience, I got a lot of level ups. My club leveled up and they gained +1 initiative. My step club leveled up and they get +1 ballistic skill. But there was the second roll, because I had 1 hero short and one of the step club noticed that he was a vacant position for a hero spot, and he got a lot of talent, so he got promoted into being a new hero.
And then with his roll, he rolled... That's the one I forgot.
8, that was an extra initiative again.
Extra initiative?
Yeah.
An extra initiative. So I got +1 initiative. So I got a lot of initiative all around. And then for the rest of my levels, I got a new skill on my Assassin Adept, and I chose the Art of Silent Death, which means he got to crit on a 5 and a 6 now and +1 attack. Then for my Black Skaven Pask with the sword, he got +1 weapon skill. The Ashen Sorcerer actually leveled up twice, and he got +1 leadership. He's trying to be the leader, I think. And I got him Weirdstone Hunter because I was allowed to choose a new skill. And that lets me reroll one of the exploration die. And then with the Night Runner, he's over here. That's Kratz. He got +1 leadership as well.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Roland found 20, he rolled 20 in total, so he got 4 Weirdstone shards. And he discovered a well. He sent down the newly promoted hero who survived the well. He didn't have to miss his next game, but he came back with an extra Weirdstone shard. So 5 Weirdstone shards in total, selling them for 80 gold crowns. And now you can buy a lot of fun things with your newly discovered pile of gold.
I'm going to pot it up. Staying 12. It's cursing, I know, but I'm saving up for a red ogre.
Saving up for a red ogre. Good call. Like to see them in combat. Right. Let's see if we have... Do we have time for another game? Or do you want me...
No, I have time.
Right. Let's play another game then. And the table is set up for our second game of the evening. We're battling over the east gate of Mordheim, this time inside the city limits. The scenario we're playing is Occupy. We have 3 buildings that need to be occupied by the end of the game. The undead have set up over here on this side, at least the undead that are left. And they are facing off against the ogres. There's 4 ogres on that side. Let's see who can occupy the most buildings in 8 turns maximum. End of turn 1, it was a very quick turn. The undead moved forward and some went into this building to occupy it. Then the ogres moved forward and occupied this building. And then it's on to turn number 2. End of turn 2, started by the undead moving forward. This drag tried to climb onto the plank over there, but he didn't make it. The vampire occupied that house. The ogres in their turn, the mountain guide charged the ghoul. They exchanged some blows, but none managed to wound the other. Now it's on to turn 3. End of turn 3, the vampire executed a diving charge against the ogre champion, but he missed all of his attacks, and then the ogre caused a wound, and in the next turn he caused another wound, critted the vampire, and now he is out of action. Over there, the hunter got charged by both a zombie and a drag. He knocked both of them out of action. No, what did I call it? Knocked down. And that was 1 in each turn, so now it's the next vampire turn and they can stand up again. That's everything that happened, I guess. The rest moved around a little bit, and other than that we have no combats or no notable things happening. End of turn 4, the drag keeps failing to climb up onto the bridge over there, but we keep trying. Over here, the hunter knocked down the drag that was fighting him, and then the ogre captain rushed in to finish him off. In the subsequent combat, both the zombie and the ghoul caused 1 wound on the hunter. And over here, the Youngblood got charged by a ghoul, which he then in the next round knocked down. Now it is the vampire turn again, so the ghoul can stand up. And this was the end of turn 4, so halfway through the game. End of turn 5, 2 zombies charged the captain. The captain knocked them both down in one round and then finished them off in the next. Here against the hunter, the mountain guide, the combat is still a stalemate. Then over there, the Youngblood, he got charged by another ghoul and by a drag, Bertha. For some reason, the ghouls did... When did I cause that wound? Did it cause one wound?
I think Bertha did it, but it might be one of the ghouls.
Might be one of the ghouls. Yeah. So I think it might have been the ghoul in the last round. So the ghoul went first, and he then struck down. The ogre struck down Bertha, and the ogre that's in this house over here. He attacked the other ghoul and killed him. And what's the highlight of the game so far is that this drag, Sneaky Sam, he finally made his climb check. So now he's up high and he has a chance to shoot. Yeah, only 4 turns. So, turn 6. End of turn 6, the ghoul that was here took out the Youngblood. Then he got charged by the other Youngblood who hit him twice, wounded him twice, critted him twice and took him out of action. The ogre captain, he charged the zombie, but he missed with all of his attacks. The mountain guide managed to miss with all of his attacks, and then the zombie did not kill the mountain guide. That's everything that happened. Well, the drag that was up here, he shot at the ogre captain. He hit, but he failed to wound. End of turn 7, the drag that was over here moved into house number 3. The ogres finally managed to kill first the zombie and then the ghoul. And the Youngblood over here got back into house number 2. Turn 8, end of game. Sneaky Sam managed to shoot an arrow through the eye of the mountain guide, or at least he shot the mountain guide. He didn't crit him, but he took him out of action. And
sneaky indeed.
Yeah. So then the ogre captain, he moved into this building, with the final result of the ogres claiming 2 of the buildings and the undead claiming the 3rd one.
The injuries were amazingly good. I had hardened on my mountain guide, so he's now immune to fear, which he already was, but still good. And my Youngblood survived against the odds and he gained +1 experience. And then for levels, because that was it, the Executioner joins back in. He has missed his game, so back to 5. The Captain got 1 leadership. With this level, the mountain guide also got 1 leadership because of all the fear that was around. And my Youngblood did get a new skill and he learned step asides. And I was miserable in checking for shards. So I only found 1 shard and I sold it for 30 crowns. And a shop, I think?
Yeah, you found a shop.
With 2 gold crowns laying around.
Indeed.
And that's it, buying some helmets.
So, after rolling for injuries, Bertha, she's got hatred against the ogre captain. One of the zombies died, one of the ghouls died, and both the vampire and one of the drags, Digger were taken out of action. This is all that is left of my undead warband, so I think it's safe to say that this one is going to be retired. Roeland, end of the night recap. How did it go for you?
Poor undead, that's the recap, I think. Skaven, I just cannot fail with them. Everything goes my way. I lost one, and it was very thematic in my opinion that the Skaven hero who died got substituted by one of the henchmen.
That makes for a good story.
He probably found him somewhere and slit his throat and just jumped up. I'm here, I'm the king. And my ogres actually performed well. They started killing, and I had a lot of luck with the injuries.
You did, and I also rolled very poorly. I think I got exactly 1 critical hit in the entire game against the ogres, and you kept rolling 1-6 after another. At least that was my perspective. might not be quite so dramatic as I now put it.
My injury rolls were really
They were
good.
great, yeah,
And
they were great.
your undeads they just fell apart. The necromancer, he got killed and then they just fell apart.
Yeah.
Everything went down.
Yes, that's the moment it started going downhill. So yeah, Undead, definitely a fun warband, like I said,
Indeed.
but not one that I'm going to play right now. Maybe it's nice to leave some comments on this video and tell me which warband would you like me to substitute in for the Undead next time. I have at the moment sitting around painted the Beastmen, Sisters of Sigmar and Witch Hunters, and what is also some other things that I still have in mind that I want to do, but I don't have them ready yet. So either of those three, let me know which one you want to see. Keep in mind that the other warbands we have in this campaign are on my side Orcs and Goblins, and what's the other one I have? Marion Burgers.
Yeah,
Marion Burgers.
Yes.
And Roeland has, of course, the Ogres and the Skaven, and also
And
my
Witch Hunters. And sneaky painting up some dwarves.
Yes, yeah, working on some dwarf treasure hunters. So that might also be one that I could do. I tried it in the past, but it didn't work for me either. So it might just be that I'm not very good at playing Mordheim with some of these warbands.
And you're just really bad at rolling dice.
Yes, that might also be the case. Yeah, I've also got some other warbands sitting around. So, for example, I can easily do a Tomb King's warband. I can easily do a Dwarf Treasure Hunters warband. So there are some options there, but the Witch Hunters and the Sisters of Sigmar and the Beastmen, those are the ones that I have specifically made for playing game. So let me know in the comments which of those you would like to see, and then next time we'll see if we can get them into the gates of Mordheim. Well, for now, you control 2 of the gates.
Yeah.
With your Skaven, they control 1, the Ogres control 1 gate, and the Orcs control the northern gate, the river gate.
So there's one gate left.
There's one gate left, and
total domination, right?
Yes, so we are slowly creeping our way into Mordheim. We will see next time what we are going to do. I think we will first again do another gate, and then the only way to get through the gates is to start paying, or we have to contest the gate. So it might be that we just keep playing at the gates because we're all out of money anyway.
My Skaven aren't.
Well, my warbands are.
Okay.
Right, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you like the video. You can subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And yeah, I hope we will see you next time. We'll catch you on the next installment of our Total Domination Mordheim map-based 2-player campaign.
Yay!
Which makes for a great acronym.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.